first time I talked to you, we were on the phone. I know I met you when we were traveling, and then
I was in Canada. That's right. I was in Toronto. That's right. We had a long chat on the phone.
Right.
We immediately got to the point, which is how that you wanted to make this movie,
Yes.
and how that, in spite of what it was called and how what the preconceptions would be, you wanted to make sure that we were going to make a cowboy movie.
Right.
I had genuinely, my thoughts were, this is fantastic. I really was impressed by it. I really thought it was kind of a great group of people to get together and make a movie. And I just phoned my agent up and said, this is amazing, great. I think it's very funny. I'd love to see this movie. But
I have to play a cowboy.
But no, but I'd love to see it. I wouldn't love to. I couldn't be in it, but I'd love to go and watch it. I'll be the first in line when this comes out. And it was just talk to John, get to see. And I was like, okay, I find it. And as soon as I had the conversation with you, I was just like, okay, no, look, this is something I can get my head around.
And Stephen
had
said great things about you and working with you. And a lot of it's discussing, is this guy a cowboy? They asked me, how did you feel about, you took an American role and put somebody who's the most British character. And I said, I didn't see it that way. I really saw, you needed somebody who looked like they had lived a life, that they were seeking. They were not coming of age. They were seeking salvation and redemption. So it had to look like you had lived a full life.
Old enough and weathered enough is basically what you're looking for.
But sophisticated, but also mature in choices. You know what I mean? And other people our age have a different energy about them. You know, it depends on how you grew up and what type of depth you bring. And so you felt like a grown up. And not like a kid coming out. And I love when I could see a person think, and they're not busy with their choices, but clearly there's an inner monologue going on.
I'm just counting, you know that.
Is it really?
Doing some.
But you bring a certain irony to it, a little bit of fun, but it always feels like you never know what's going to happen next. And there's a sense of spontaneity and an urgency to everything. And
I just think it's that thing, isn't it? I've always been a fan of movies like this and big movies and like your movies and things. If there's a believability in it, then anything can happen, and you have the space to sort of work around that. And that's what these movies are about. They're about getting an audience to emotionally engage and then sort of like wow them with something, with something incredible.